Viewers might love the Dutton family, but the family tree is starting to get complicated. Are fans getting exhausted from the Yellowstone spinoffs, or could the creators make one simple fix to clear up the confusion? There are a few certainties that we can expect in life. Death and taxes might be some of them, but so is the fact that Taylor Sheridan will continue to pump out Yellowstone content. The writer first gained commercial success by penning films such as Sicario and Hell or High Water, but his true mark on pop culture is Paramount's hit series about the Dutton family and their attempt to hold on to their ranch in the face of the modern world. John Dutton uses violence, power, and the skills of his children to keep his way of life. So popular is the series that Sheridan created a prequel detailing the Dutton family's shocking moments in 1883, which premiered in December 2021. It chronicles the lives of John's ancestors, James and Margaret Dutton, as they embark on a perilous journey across the American West. This program kept the momentum going, leading to the eventual creation of 1923. Starring Helen Mirren as Cara Dutton and Harrison Ford as Jacob Dutton, the new batch of episodes has some serious star quality attached to it. But as fans tuned into the premiere, they couldn't help but note that the series had some confusing aspects, specifically the ever-expanding family tree of the Dutton family. The purpose of any prequel is to connect to the original story. After all, without Yellowstone, there would be no 1883 or 1923. Viewers are excited to see the origins of the Dutton dynasty, but as it turns out, those origins are getting a bit complicated. Fans on Twitter were thrown into a tailspin trying to figure out how everyone was related. One Twitter user wrote, "I need someone to make a family tree of the Duttons because I'm so confused. Was Spencer Dutton in 1883? With only 40 years in between prequel series, many were trying to figure out if some characters were adult versions of any 1883 characters. Some Twitter users were lamenting the lack of an official family tree to keep everything straight. Luckily, there were some answers to be found on Reddit, at least when it concerned how Yellowstone factored into the story. One Redditor also wondered if James Dutton's youngest son Spencer was in 1883, while another user just wanted to know if these characters were John Dutton's direct relations. One user stepped in with some clarification, saying, Jacob Dutton is James Dutton's brother, whose son, John Dutton Sr., is John Dutton III's great-grandfather. With so many similar-sounding J names, it's a wonder anyone can keep it all straight.
Son, if I spent a week thinking of ways to up my day, I could not have come up with this.
In a relatively short span of time, the Dutton clan has increased in size dramatically, and it stands to reason that as long as there's some interest in Yellowstone media, the family tree will continue to get bigger. Thankfully, for those struggling to figure out who's related to who and how, you'll get some time to iron out the details very soon without having to close off from the sprawling Yellowstone franchise. The next two planned installments look to be shifting the focus away from the Duttons in favor of other characters. Coming up next from the mind of Taylor Sheridan is 4 Sixes, based on the ranch of the same name that popped up during Yellowstone. The spinoff is set to debut sometime in 2023, though an official date for its premiere has yet to be announced. Then there's 1883, The Bass Reeves Story, which was announced in 2022 and will serve as an offshoot of 1883. As the title implies, it centers on Reeves himself, who was the first black U.S. Marshal in history. David Oyelowo will star, having spent quite a while attempting to get the show off the ground. Despite their diminished prominence in upcoming Yellowstone-adjacent titles, the Duttons will always sit at the core of the franchise. One can only hope that the family tree doesn't get more confusing from here.